Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I want to talk about a pretty stupid story in which the new NBA 2K21 game has actually shoved in-game ads into the game 1 month later after release. And this is not to be confused with EA's UFC, because EA has done a very similar move in which when they released the latest UFC game, they actually had put in ads 1 month after the game. It was a very similar practice, but it's from a different publisher, and I covered that a month ago. But basically what has happened here is that NBA 2K21 launched last month, and now a month later, Take-Two, the publisher that owns the NBA 2K series, have put in ads into the game. We're going to show the ads in a little bit, but what's really important here is that they choose to do this 1 month after the game releases. And that's really suspicious. And do you know what that tells me when they're choosing to do something 1 month later? It tells me that they're scared of the reviews. So they wait a full month when everybody has pretty much already reviewed the game, all major reviewers have reviewed the game, and then they put in these ads just so it doesn't impact review score. What a scummy tactic. And I'm going to tell you this, because now this has happened with UFC, this has happened with NBA, and these sports games are notorious with just controversy. They're notorious in the fact that a lot of these games have been accused of being way too similar to the previous games, the microtransactions in these games, and on top of that, now these ads, UFC and NBA, and I wouldn't be surprised if this goes further down into other games, and this is why this needs to be stopped, because can you imagine if this spreads to other games? Imagine how toxic and how terrible this would be in other games. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Imagine that you're playing a match in a new Call of Duty game. You're playing a match, and you just finished a match, you're about to create your class, and then guess what? As you're creating your class, you have an ad pop up on the side of your screen. And that becomes extremely distracting. It becomes extremely annoying. You pay $60 for these games, you don't expect to see ads. You don't expect to see ads in that. You don't. That is just disgusting. And now the question is whether this will also be applied to the next gen versions, to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is. So let's read off right here. This is a statement from the NBA 2K21 official Twitter, and this is what they actually posted today. As many are aware, in recent years, ads have been integrated into 2K TV segments. Yesterday's 2K TV ad placement impacted our players' experience in a way we didn't intend, as these ads are not meant to run as part of the pre-game introduction. This will be fixed in future episodes. Thanks for your continued feedback. So basically, they're saying that these ads are not meant to run as part of the pre-game introduction. Well, let me ask you this then. Why did these ads show up 1 month later? Why did these ads not show up with the game right at launch? It's because they know the review scores would be impacted by it. So let's watch one of the ads, and this is from the channel Steviver, and I will also link his channel down below, so make sure you guys check him out. So he was one of the first people that talked about these ads, and he had actually uploaded a video on it. So let's take a look right here. Basically, you see the score, the NBA games going on in the game, and then you see this ad pop up, and this is for the Oculus Rift. So the new VR, the VR headset thing, you have this ad pop up here. You watch this, and then right after that, you see the NBA 2K logo, and it goes right back to the game. And Take-Two's Interactive's argument in this case would probably be, oh, well, it's a loading screen. We wanted to put something interactive on your loading screen, so this is one thing while you wait for the game. You would have been waiting for the game regardless, so this is why we put in the ad, blah, 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 this. I'll tell you this. There are games that do much better loading screens than this. This is disgusting. This is a way to monetize loading screens, because these publishers try to monetize these games as much as possible, but now they're trying to monetize a loading screen? I mean, how low do you have to go to do something like that? I mean, how many loading screens are better than this? How many loading screens actually provide you with valuable tips in the game? Or maybe they'll actually play some in-game music, which will make it more interesting. Or maybe better yet, they will actually have something interactive, something that you can actually run around and do while you wait for the game to load. I mean, a lot of the Assassin's Creed games had a similar feature where you could actually run around while you wait for the thing to load, and that was all the way back from 2007 with Assassin's Creed 1, so that was a pretty interesting and unique idea for a loading screen, but to have this, if anything, I'd rather choose. Even though I don't play these sport games, if I had to choose, I would rather watch a blank loading screen with absolutely nothing on it, even a completely black loading screen, nothing on it, and then wait for the game to actually pop up than have to see an ad like this. I would much rather prefer that than having to sit through a loading screen filled with ads. And what's really stupid is that this argument also does not work for Take-Two's case, because they claim that, oh, it's during the loading screen, but if you have like a crazy gaming computer and you have a really good SSD, solid state drive, your game is supposed to load much faster than console games, but yet your game will not load until the ad finishes. So that's a way for them to shove in the ad and monetize it. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm going to say this to wrap the story up. If I was a reviewer and I was reviewing these sport games because of just the really dumb things that these games do, these microtransactions, now these monetized loading screens, what I would do in my review is I would review it, the first week that the game would come out. And I would say, okay, here's what's wrong with the game, here's what's good about the game, and I'll say this. If they decide to add any kind of loading screens, any kind of ads in the future, this is the review score that I'm giving it, and I would severely downgrade it several points. I would make the review score much worse, and I would say if they do add ads or anything else comes up, then this is the score that I'm giving it. But for now, this is the score that it has. If reviewers did that, these publishers would not be so crappy with these loading screens. But fortunately, a lot of reviewers aren't going to be looking at that. And even IGN is now talking about this. So even IGN is talking about these monetized loading screens, and that says a lot, because IGN usually does not cover things like this and does not always give the most fair reviews. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. Let me know what you think of this whole nonsense, and if you picked up the latest NBA game, let me know how you feel about this. Have you seen these ads yet? And if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.